Well, everybody, finally, we have the details for the Universal Monsters themed land coming to Epic Universe, the brand new theme park opening at Universal Orlando Resort next year in 2025. What's going on, everyone? My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. And if you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button with those bell notifications on. And if you enjoy the video and you want to see more Epic Universe coverage, then go ahead and hit that like button at the very end. Helps us know that you're enjoying the videos. But yes, it almost seems like everyone's most anticipated land, the Dark Universe, the Universal Monsters themed land, has officially been announced as far as details go. We knew it was coming earlier in the year when they announced Celestial Park and they announced all the different names of the land. However, we now have confirmation as far as details, and we have tons of different pieces of concept art and everything, which I'm about to share with all of you right now. I literally got no sleep last night. That's how serious I am about this land. Like, I've never been more excited for something in the theme park realm other than this. It was crazy. I was just refreshing my emails waiting for a press release to come in to see all the amazing concept art. So they talk about how this spire is transforming all the energy and transforming you into the Dark Universe area, which we've gotten a glimpse of this entryway before. But now we actually get a glimpse of exactly what you're going to see when you step foot into the Dark Universe land. You're going to see this beautiful village with tons of different monsters roaming around the area, tons of different traditional, unique monster meet and greets from like the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein himself. However, there will definitely be different monsters and different monster characters that you'll encounter while traveling throughout this land, as there's different storylines being built. And actually, the main big attraction is based around a new original character as well, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. So the journey of Dark Universe begins the moment guests enter its electrifying portal, which harnesses the dark energy of Darkmoor. And as you step in, that same energy will pulsate throughout the entire village to connect at the top of Frankenstein Manor, which is the main attraction. There will be tons of different things hidden in Darkmoor, the little village, including a steakhouse and a unique experience. And that unique experience will be called Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience, where guests of all ages can become fashionably monstrous, and as they don elaborate face paint and temporary tattoos at Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience. So they kind of did like a trial run with this at Universal Studios Florida, to where you're actually able to get themed as a scare actor or as a Universal monster, and then you're able to walk around the park. Well, this is the same kind of idea. I assume those two were connected, having that temporary experience now with a more permanent experience in the Darkmoor Monster Experience. So if you want to experience Dark Universe all together, like fully immersive, then you can literally get done up to be a monster and walk around the area and essentially feel like you're a part of the land and feel like you are the one who they're telling stories about, essentially. But like I said, there's gift shops, there's steakhouses and everything. So let's talk real quickly about that steakhouse in Darkmoor. It's called Das Steakhouse, Darkmoor's most ominous restaurant. This establishment is a dining hall run by vampire familiars who size up unsuspecting patrons to be part of the vampire's feast. The steakhouse theming looks incredible, and yes, there will be different vampire familiar characters, as well as Dracula himself, of course. I'm sure has got to make an appearance somewhere in there, but they're going to be kind of interacting and really bringing that storyline to life, that the vampires are looking at you as their feast, kind of like a character meet and greet, a dining experience, if you will. That's one thing that you'll notice about all these different experiences, is there's some form of theming in them as far as characters go. And in this steakhouse in the Darkmoor Village area, you can essentially get feasted on by vampires, if that's your thing. But in this village area, you'll of course encounter different meet and greets, of course, by the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein himself, and different walk around characters. That's not only the only part of the land, right? Because we have this towering Frankenstein Manor right behind it, and we also have another attraction as well. So let's first start off with Frankenstein Manor. Now, it's not actually called Frankenstein Manor, it's called Monsters Unchained, and Universal Orlando is promising for this to be one of the scariest attractions that they have ever created. And they're trying to put like a bravery stamp on it. Like, I survived Monsters Unchained. That's how serious they're getting about the scare elements of this attraction. So this whole storyline surrounds a brand new character, which is Victoria Frankenstein, the great-granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein. And whether it's good or bad, she is striving to experiment on the different monsters. So she has kidnapped all the monsters. The creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, all the different Universal monsters. That's why it's called Universal Monsters Unchained, or Monsters Unchained for short. And she's experimenting on them. And while she's experimenting on them, obviously they're becoming unchained and breaking out. So throughout this experience, you will encounter them, and they promise to bring new innovative technology and use some of the state-of-the-art technology to bring these animated monsters to life. It looks like they're going to utilize screens a lot. They didn't talk about anything about as far as physical elements go, although with them teasing the new innovative technology and creating their new technology themselves, I would assume there are going to be physical elements to this as well. I mean, imagine seeing a very amazing flowing Frankenstein animatronic. That would be absolutely incredible. But I mean, Monsters Unchained is going to be absolutely nuts. I can see myself wanting to ride this ride over and over and over again, and I really like how they're doing this own original storyline around it. Well, yes, it'd be cool to follow different storylines like we've seen in the classic monster films. It's also cool that they're bringing up this new character in Victoria Frankenstein and how to tie her into everything. After all, it is Frankenstein's manor, so you gotta have a Frankenstein in there running the show, right? I mean, the possibilities are endless with this attraction. The concept art that they shared looks absolutely amazing. The different portions of the queue that they've kind of given sneak peeks to. I mean, that's not only the rides, you know, the one thing, but think about the queue. The queue is going to be like an experience in itself with how big it's going to be. I suspect it's going to be similar to like the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey queue, of how like insane it's going to be, and as far as the level of detail goes. But you can catch me first in line for Monsters Unchained on opening day of Epic Universe for sure. That's not the only attraction, as we're getting 2 attractions as a part of this Universal Monsters Land. The next one, of course, is the Curse of the Werewolf Family Coaster. Family, right? Family with monsters. Kind of interesting, right? However, this coaster looks a lot of fun. It looks like you're going to be seated on both sides of this coaster, and you're going to spin around while riding it. At least that's what the fly-through video showcases. And we got a good idea of exactly what is being built in that little show scene. Like, there's an indoor show scene, and it looks like you're going to encounter the werewolf himself, the Wolfman himself, essentially. I don't know if this will be brought to life by an animatronic or it'll be a puppet or what, but nonetheless, so it looks absolutely terrifying. It looks scary for a family attraction. This looks pretty scary for that indoor scene. You also get another scene here where you get a giant poster kind of essentially building the storyline of the Curse of the Werewolf coaster, which the official storyline, there is a storyline around this. The official storyline is: deep in the woods that sit on the edge of Darkmoor, guests will find Curse of the Werewolf, a spinning family coaster inspired by the Wolfman. Guests will enter the encampment of the Guild of Mystics, where they'll be greeted by Malavia, the guild's all-knowing seer and leader, who warns them that they bear the mark of the werewolf. Guests then board a wagon and venture into the forest, racing to escape the werewolves before they become one themselves. So also another really strong storyline behind just a family coaster. And I like how they're kind of theming the whole surrounding area to fit the theme of the coaster. I think that's really important. While yes, it's important to theme up these attractions, it's also important to theme up the areas surrounding it. And I'm sure the queue will be the exact same. This area will make for some awesome pictures, and I'm sure we'll be able to see Malavia herself wandering this area and be able to snap a photo with her as another walk around character. Yeah, the Curse of the Werewolf family coaster definitely is going to surprise guests. I think that this will probably be like an underrated attraction just as far as the theming goes, and like as far as it packing a punch. I mean, it's going to be spinning the entire time, so I think that's a lot of fun. Spinning coasters are very fun nonetheless, regardless of theming or not. So yes, I'm quite excited the fact that Dark Universe will feature 2 attractions as a part of its whole experience. Ooh, baby, but we are not done yet, as we have one of the coolest things done at any theme park. And I know I'm going to say that with just like all Epic Universe stuff in general, but we have the Burning Blade Tavern. Obviously, they had to incorporate the historical windmill some way into the Dark Universe land. The Burning Blade Tavern does that. The windmill is literally going to be burning at all points during the day, or at some points during the day. Regardless, they're going to make the windmill burn, and not completely burn down, but have an effect to where it burns. I can see this similar to like what they do with the Dragon, the land over at Universal Studios Hollywood and Diagon Alley, kind of having like a 30-minute show, like every 30 minutes, I'm not saying a 30-minute show, every 30 minutes this thing lights up and kind of engulfs in flames as far as a windmill goes. But hidden in this windmill, you can be seated at the Burning Blade Tavern. Despite the blades of the windmill still smoldering and flaming periodically, Darkmoor's monster hunters have transformed this old fiery meal into their favorite hangout. While enjoying a menu of burgers, wings, bratwurst, pretzels, and specialty beverages, guests will hear stories of the infamous hounds, boastful hunters from beyond Darkmoor, all while surrounded by an immersive display of the monster heads that they consider their trophies. So this will be, essentially, yes, it is a tavern, but if I'm reading that correctly, they're going to have specialty beverages. Will there be specialty adult beverages? One will have to wait and see, I guess. But regardless, this is also another place where there's more walk around characters, the monster hunters, right? And there's gonna be different heads all over this tavern. Maybe we'll see Frankenstein's head, maybe we'll see the bride of Frankenstein's head, maybe we'll see Dracula's bride, maybe we'll see Dracula. Who knows? Regardless, the theming in this area will look incredible. And as far as it being like a hangout spot, also wow, like the monster hunters are talking to you, I think it'll be the perfect hangout spot to get away from all the hustle and bustle of the rest of the Epic Universe and kind of get away from that fear factor a little bit, even though there's going to be a bunch of monster heads hanging from the wall while you're enjoying your cocktail or mocktail. But of course, along all over the place in Darkmoor and Darkmoor Village and all that fun stuff, there will be specialty themed gift shops where you can get some specialty themed merchandise, some specialty themed food, and all that fun stuff. Dark Universe looks absolutely incredible and is my most anticipated theme park attraction, theme park land, theme park experience ever. This thing is going to be amazing, and as far as like us horror lovers go, we are going to be in absolute heaven, and I can't wait. I'm so happy that Universal Orlando decided to build this experience for everyone to enjoy, and I can't wait for people who aren't necessarily haunt and horror lovers to experience it and be like, wow, that was really freaking cool. I want to know down below in the comments section, what are you guys most excited for as far as the Dark Universe land goes? Is it the attraction or is it the experiences? Let us know down below. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button with those bell notifications on and leave this video a like if you did enjoy it. My name is Scott, and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.